I was a gymnast in college and I had a lot of injuries. And my college roommate had just gone off to law school. She called me and said, I know you've been having back pain for years. You've got to try this thing called Pilates. And I was like, we've done Pilates. We do Pilates for warm-up. I've done it for years. I know all about it, of course, very arrogant. She says, no, it's on a piece of equipment. It's this thing called the reformer. I was like, what are you talking about? So I looked into it. I was super lucky. I found a studio close to my house, and it turns out the woman was a retired New York City ballet dancer. I was like, how perfect. Ballet dancer meets gymnast. So she put me on the reformer. We started doing some work. And after that one session, it was just an hour, I got up and for the first time, my hips didn't hurt. And my back pain was down significantly. So I was more than intrigued. I came back for another session or two and my back pain was gone. And I'm talking years of back pain to the point where I wasn't able to put on my own shoes and tie them. I was wearing slip-ons. I was doing all those adjustments in life to not deal with the root cause of the pain and the loss of mobility. So after that, I was like, this is literally life-changing. I've got to know more about it. So I looked into different certification programs for for Pilates. Looked into different certifications for Pilates. And what I found was there were different types. There were weekend certifications, there were year-long courses, and there were courses led by doctors of physical therapy. That's where I wanted to go. So I got certified in Pilates, went with Polestar, Dr. Brent Anderson. And as I was in my certification program, I realized there was actually a guy named Joseph Pilates. So it wasn't just some exercise program to give you nice arms and lean legs, as we had heard, from our friends. It was actually designed from rehab. This was a man who was born incredibly sick. If you could get handed a bag of things you don't want in life, he got it. So he started doing Tai Chi. He started doing all these different modalities, breath work, whatever he could get his mind and hands on. And he developed this thing called contrology. And his body started healing. He was strong. He was able to do all the things he wanted to do. And when the war came through, he got put in an internment camp. And when influenza came through and knocked everybody out, all of the people that were with him doing contrology lived. So it became very interesting to everyone that this was not just, fun exercise program. This literally was a way of life. And when he came back home, the military hired him. And they said, we want you to train all our soldiers. So he did that. And then he decided, I've got bigger plans. And he came over to the US. On his way over here, he met his wife, Clara, who was a nurse. And they landed in New York City. They started working with boxers and ballet dancers, artists, theater. And so that was what he did. He set up shop there, and that was how Pilates came to the US. It was very niche, as we would say now. You had to go to a studio, and it was private. It was one-on-one. It was expensive, and that was how it started. Then as people started getting trained by him and branching out, you were able to do, a session with a friend, if of course you both had done 10 private sessions. So for many, many years, it was only, how I dare say this, to the elite that could afford it. And over time, the studio model has changed, and now it's really available to, I believe, just about everyone.